Alright, for our smoky class, we're going to learn how to work on our transition and our smoky look. Now, these are what we call transition color. This is your colors that you are seeing here. This is mostly red, brown, dark red, orange. That's what you use for transition. Now, transition is actually the space that is above your crease line. Okay, for this one, I'm going to be using orange as my transition color. Okay, now how do you know your crease line? Crease line is actually the space that is at sorry, the line you see in between your transition and your base. This is your crease line. This line you are seeing right here, that's your crease line. So the space above it is your transition space. Some people call it background, some call it transition, but basically known as transition space. Then you have the space below that your crease line is called your base. Okay, your eyeshadow base space. Now for transition, you blend properly. You can use any color of choice, any of those transition colors I just showed you guys, but it should be matte. So you won't say that Time is said if you use red or orange or dark red, purple, or any of those colors, brown transition, you're not going to use shimmer colors. So it must be matte color. Matte is something that doesn't have shine or shimmer on it, doesn't shine. Now I'm going to use brown shade on my crease line. So you use brown shade on your crease line because I want it to transit very well. Like you see it to be a bit orange, it's getting darker and then get dark to black. That's what they call transition. Okay. So it's from black, it's going out. You're seeing the upper part getting a little bit lighter and then it gets light. That's the transition I'm trying to create. Okay. So you use that brown shade on your crease line. So put that brown shade on your crease line, then you blend into your transition space. Now, because you don't want to have demarcation, obviously, as you are blending the crease, the brown shade, you blend it into your orange or any shade that you decide to use, maybe red, blend it into the shade. But please, if you are doing transition, it should not be too much. Try not to make your transition to be too much. If the color is too much on your transition, it will be hard for you to blend. Transition should be a little bit light. Even if you're using purple, but don't pack the product too much. Okay, you can pack on your crease line, you can pack on your base, but don't pack it too much. Another thing you should know is that if you use any shade on your transition, the one you use on your crease should be darker. Like you notice I use orange and then I use brown. Now on my base, I will go ahead to use black because we are doing smoky black. If I wanted to do smoky brown, I'll just go ahead to apply more brown on my base and blend it very well. That is smoky brown because I'm using so much brown. But since I'm trying to create smoky black, I'm going to apply black on my base and then maybe tap it on my crease line a little bit. But we don't use that line to blend, we don't use this brush to blend, you must use your blending brush to blend. Okay, so since I've applied it on my crease line, I will then blend the line or the demarcation that separates my base, that's the black, and my crease line, that's the brown. Okay, are you understand what I'm trying to say? So if you are done applying your black on your base, you get your blending brush to blend the demarcation that is connecting the black and the brown together, because you don't want to see where the black meets the brown. So from right now you can see that, if you look at this video, you can see that the black is actually black and then it's getting a little bit lighter till you see the orange, but you cannot really see where it meets. And the reason why I actually sprayed is that I want the black to be so dark, especially on the base. So I just sprayed using my setting spray on it, sprayed on the eyeshadow just so that it should be moist. Because eyeshadow can stay very well on a moist surface. So since it's moist, that is it's not dry. I apply more eyeshadow on it, it will become very, very visible and dark. And I want the smoky to be very, very dark. Okay. If you are done with that, you still go ahead to blend demarcation so it will be so much. And that's basically it for your smoky look. Now this part varies. Okay. I can leave it like this, do my under eyeshadow and go, but I will work on other parts. Okay, for the brow bone you can use any shade of powder. Maybe you can use, depending on the person you're working on, you can use a light shade powder a medium shade powder, but it should not be dark. Okay, I'm using white for this particular look, not because that it's a must. Okay, it's not a must you use white. You can use any shade that is light that can make your brow highlights or your brow bone light. Okay, I just had to use white. So any shade that is light will go for this. Okay, don't forget to blend. Okay, we don't want sharp lines, so you blend it out. So for the under eyeshadow, I'll be using the same brown shade I use for my this shade I use for um my transition. Okay, oh sorry, my crease line, sorry. So the brown shade I use for my crease line, I'll use that same brown shade for my under eyeshadow. Okay, 'cause I don't really want the eye under eyeshadow to be too dark, so I'll use that brown shade on my under eyeshadow. Go ahead to do my liner. I'm using gel liner, Karat gel liner, Karat, yeah, I think it's Karat, yeah, Karat gel liner. For my under eyeliner, I'm using Karat gel liner for that, and I don't really use liner for the upper part since I'm working on smoky black. It will be visible, so there's no need. Now, if you want to make your smoky look to be more attractive and not just so bare, you can go ahead to add anything like glitter. You can add glitter. You can add shimmer pigment. This actually pigment, avoid pigment. I'm just using that pigment to dab around. Pigment can stay without glitter, sorry, without glitter glue, or if surface is moist it can stay, if it's not moist it can still stay, but glitter can only stay on a moist surface, so you must use glitter glue if you're using glitters. Okay, that's why I'm using pigment. So you see the way it's looking, right? So you can use any shade to dab on the center part of your smoky look. Okay, so you can use blue, a little bit of blue. You can use a little gold, but I'm using this shade is actually mixed. Most time it look like green, time it look like blue, so just, well, it looks mostly like green. Okay, so just use that on your middle or the center part of your smoky look and you're okay. So the shade of the glitter you use varies, any of them can go. Okay, fix your lashes, and I made a video of our lash on, I think I made a lash tutorial on a different video, so we're going to learn lash tutorial on that video. So this is what we got after the look. Just see the way this smoky look is. So it's not so loud, you see this, you can see the way it's transiting. And let's see how other class will be.